Yes.
Goggles are on. We're ready to go with the mad scientists of CT. PX3 Round 3. What up, dudes?
Hello.
What's up?
I love the demeanor change, Isaac. That was very good. That was very...
I can't.
Hello.
Hello.
You should have opened with salutations.
Greetings.
Greetings. Greetings. Good even. Not evening, but good even. It's Fairfield County Live and Local, presented by the Sono Collection. My name's John Kamal from 95.9 The Fox. And oh boy, are we going to have a good time tonight. Because like I said, man, the mad scientists are back. This is PX3. You guys are on for your third time now. And yeah, new album out with Rob Compa from Dopapod and many other fantastic projects. And let's start, first of all, by letting everybody who is watching now or listening later know that you played this album wearing what you're wearing right now. Begin first with your influence behind your choice of dress for this album.
I wish we wore this for the album.
Yeah.
Now that I'm thinking, man.
Was it not? Was it? Wait, hold on. Was it only for the Stella Blues when you wore this?
Yeah, it's for
I
Halloween.
I can't do this. I can't. I need to be able to say. It was for Halloween.
Let the record show we made it a minute and 29 seconds into the
That was pretty good. I think that's a new world record right there. I know, right? We wore it for the Stella Blues show and the Parkville Market show that we did just for Halloween, but
So,
people assumed that we were going to wear it.
I
I know it works.
Well, if people have seen you play before, you guys, you don't stop. You go hard the entire time. So describe to me what it's like to play music in this getup right now.
Hot.
Yeah, and the sleeves.
The sleeves are tough.
I had to figure out a technique how to roll these up. Just I could play in sleeves with a sweatshirt, but they're just open. The sticks were getting in, and I couldn't make
shrapnel.
It.
Yeah,
we both couldn't make it.
I know. I made it pretty far. I made it most of the gig, and then it got to the point where I was just overheating.
Yeah,
it was just so hot. It's so uncomfortable.
This is affecting my performance right now.
Yeah, but it feels pretty epic for a while, especially with if you have a good lighting setup, especially because they're white. It was just cool. I was like, wow, man, this looks great.
I mean, you guys, you were glowing. You're glowing right now. I love it. So, all right. So tell me about, oh, geez, I'm spilling stuff over here. So tell me about this new album that you guys have out. So just a little bit of background for people who have never seen PX3 before. An entirely improvised set every single time. It's an all improv band. No song is ever the same. No set is ever the same. And consequently, no album is ever the same. You've played with a variety of different guests. There's a couple different iterations of this project. I've talked to you guys as Armad before, but this is a PX3 album. Tell me about what makes this album different from the other ones you've done in the past.
Well, it features a guitarist.
Yeah.
So it features our friend Rob Compa of Dopapod, which was an honor just to get him to come sit in, let alone sign off on keeping it as a recording and releasing it as an album.
Right.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. That was just a different vibe that night.
It's cool because you don't have to focus on the synths as a lead instrument. You can do textures and focus on the bass, and then Rob, it's the other element. He just kind of goes over the top with the lead, and it's a cool fit. It's a different perspective in this project for sure when it's just the two of us.
Yeah. It's a little bit more communicative in an element, where sometimes these other ones are just like this wall that we can both create at the same time. Or this one, I feel like there's a lot more intertwined melodic elements between the keyboard and the guitar.
Well, I'm curious, Rob, for you, working with a different melody instrument other than Isaac. You're used to having Isaac hold down the bass and the melody at the same time. You mentioned that it kind of freed you up a little bit more. Now, knowing what little I do about playing the drums that I do, you would think that you're still kind of sticking with, whatever Isaac's doing with his left hand, sticking with mostly the bass. But can you describe how having that extra element frees you up, even as you're still following what Isaac's doing?
Yeah, I mean, I could just play pocket without the fear of having to create something to fill out the sound a little more.
Okay.
Rob's an incredible guitar player. He's very full sounding, and I don't know, I could just play pocket, and people want to groove. They don't. I mean, people do love the technical stuff that the kind of styles that I play and whatnot. But
Yeah.
it's nice. People just like a groove and to be able to like nod your head to it or dance to it or anything.
Right. They want the flash, but they want it. They want it at certain times. They want to mostly be able to groove. Yeah, that makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Well, and Isaac, what about you too? I mean, like it's got to be so liberating to be playing with somebody with that talent who can take over melody for you.
It's awesome because it tests my creative boundaries, right? Because when I have sole control of harmonic movement, if I want to turn left, we turn left, and all of a sudden with this new creative input, you hear this idea that I would have never thought of. And it's like, whoa, cool. All right, let's go down that path right now. It's like the whole principle of like the yes and principle with improvisation.
Yep.
It's like, yes, and please give me some more. Especially playing with Rob. I mean, it's so effortless playing with a musician of that caliber that you don't even need to worry about it, because if there's this weird moment, it just blossoms into something that's pretty cool, usually.
So like listening to this, as opposed to Rocked when that came out, a little over a year ago, and the stuff you guys have done with Armad, which is also improvisational, but it's a 4-piece there. I did notice that the sound was markedly more. I heard a lot more rock and roll on this. I heard a lot more rock, especially on the first track. Skepsis, am I saying that right?
Skeksis.
Yeah.
Skeksis. That feels like a dirty word, but yeah. So I heard a ton more rock influence on it. So you guys have played with Will early in the past, and on the Sunday night show, I'll play Anachronistic, which is the two of you guys and Will. The Will stuff sounded very jazzy to me when it was just the three of you. The Armad stuff had a ton of ounce in it, which I would assume is the influence of Ryan Berry coming in on the bass. And this had very much a rock vibe. Am I getting that right, or do you guys kind of see it all as the same brand of thing?
I don't know. We're chameleons.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it the way you say it does make sense, but I wouldn't say like I made the decision to go like this direction to a rock sound or an unsound kind of. It's all the same thing pretty much. I love, like, speaking for myself, just like I love everything. I was listening to like Charles Mingus on the way here.
Yes. What were you listening to, Charles Mingus?
A medley of some sort. It was weird. It was like
I love Mingus.
Yeah, it was out there. But I just love music in general, and like just like the stylistic thing. I don't know, it just kind of comes out that way. I never really like think about it that way.
I was gonna say there's no premonition.
No, yeah. And it's just like we just like hit up Rob and see if he wanted to play with us, and he did. We never like talked about it except for like telling him it was all improv, and I feel like he was like intrigued more by that, and he's like, oh, I don't have to learn tunes, like this is sick. And
right.
I know it's just that and obviously his style is like comes out in this record as well. So
yeah. I mean, we talked with him because we just played Nectars with him about a month ago.
Yeah.
And we just like picked each other's brains about what we grew up listening to, and he grew up with like a lot of Zeppelin and a lot of like rock guitarists, and then obviously like Fish later on and beyond. So you can hear how that element of influence has changed the way that the ensemble sounded in this particular moment captured. And then we have other like records in the wings that are completely different from that one too, that's half the fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's exactly it. So did you guys had played a gig with Rob before, but did you get together to jam beforehand? No.
Yeah, the only time I ever played with him before that was with Talkback Sound System. I was playing percussion.
I'll say I never met him until we recorded Birb Rib. That was the first time I met him.
Yeah.
It was great.
But,
So is there that's interesting. I was hoping you guys were going to say that, because is there kind of a sense of not wanting to ruin it, to not wanting to ruin the spontaneity? Like if you're going to play with somebody new, do you want to intentionally not play with that person before you're live? Or do you not even put that much thought into it?
I didn't put thought into it.
Yeah, I
I mean, he lives in Burlington. We live in
yeah,
Connecticut. So
it would have been hard
right, impossible.
logistically to do that. You know, unless
yeah. I mean, but I don't think about that. I mean, we also had Lara Swass sitting with us this last show up in Burlington, and I only heard her through the grapevine, not actually met her. And my goodness, she's talented. Oh man,
yeah.
You know, so it's one of those just like, hey, just come hang. No, it's like meeting someone for the first time. Sometimes that first conversation you have is like the most magical, and that's when you're like, wow, we're gonna be friends. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's just like those moments where there's that cosmic connection.
That's literally how we met too. It's crazy.
That's the way it works.
Is there something like, would you ever be open to the idea of being like, hey, let's hang out, let's jam a little bit, and then let's go play this gig? Or would you prefer, like in a perfect world, if you got to choose either scenario, what do you think you'd prefer? Play with someone first and then go play live, or just pull them up on stage, play live first time out? Why not?
I mean, depends on the player, right?
Yeah, if they wanted to like get together, like
I'm always down to jam.
But like, you know, I'm always down to play music.
Yeah, seriously, I'm always down.
Yeah,
right on. So did Cody do the engineering on this?
He did. He recorded it. This was in an alley outside, a very windy night too. So
brick
walls. Oh man, like a recording nightmare. And the fact that it sounds so crystal clear is a testament to his talent.
Like it sounds really good. I think it's the best sounding album that I've heard you guys put out so far.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Great job, Cody.
I was gonna say shout out to Cody. Is this Cody right now? This is Cody right now. There it is. But
so windy. Yeah, I have to look over to see the screen.
If you're listening at home, Cody Urban just wrote in and he said, "So windy." But so what? Like, you guys have been doing this for a little while. You guys have such a unique setup where every show is unique to the listener. Every show is unique to you guys. You're utilizing that uniqueness in a really cool way with this direct to vinyl pre-order thing. Can you guys talk about that a little bit? So for people who go out and who have seen PX3 before, you're going to be able to do something really cool at some upcoming shows. Tell me about this, you guys.
So we got invited to go out to Brooklyn at this small record label called Leesta Vall, and we will be recording songs direct to vinyl. So rather than having a lathe when then you make duplicates off that, where it's like everyone gets the same copy, every song we record is immediately like directly into the wax, and that's it. They're all one of a kind, and people can pre-order them. It's only $25, and you get literally a one of a kind record. Nothing's being duplicated. We might at the end choose a couple of our choice ones, and we'll notify those people, like give them a little like extra something as a thank you. But to sell those directly at shows, but you have to pre-order them, and I'm really excited. It meets our whole philosophy of uniqueness. So one of a kind performances,
right? Like it's so. If I'm understanding this correctly, this is just basically like a cameo, but it's a song.
That's a good way of thinking about
it. It is. Yeah, pretty much.
So what you're doing is you're saying like, hey, PX3, play me something. You don't know what it's going to be, and I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be for me. But it's going to be for me, and it's going to be mine, and I'm going to get a vinyl copy of it immediately afterward.
Yes. Yeah, and they all will be shipped by Christmas too, so it's going to be a real dope Christmas gift. Right?
That's so nuts. Yeah. That's so nuts. Now, is this something that exists for? I assume there's lots of bands that do this and like take advantage of this, right?
Yeah, they have a pretty packed schedule. It's a lot of indie artists. And I had heard of it because my friend Sam, who's in this band Art Thief out in the Hudson Valley, who everyone should listen to. They are just remarkable. Did it. And I was like, dude, what is this? So I did some research and submitted us for consideration, and they got back to us in like 6 hours. They got back to us super fast. They're like, yes, we want you in here. Choose a date. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Well, I would imagine they would, because are there other bands who are doing this that are improv?
No, it's mostly like I don't know if you've peeped it. Yeah, singer-songwriter type of things, you know.
So that's why I love this for you guys, is because it's gonna be whatever the heck it's gonna be every single time, and it's guaranteed to be something new. A singer-songwriter can't say that. A band with pre-prepared, pre-recorded material can't say that. I mean, it seems like you guys are a perfect marriage with this company right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked because I collect records, so this is awesome.
Yeah, I
I'm
love
really
vinyl, too.
excited.
Just stoked to. I've never thought I could like listen to myself on vinyl.
Yeah,
like,
same here. Same
so
here.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So what's going on with No Mind? You guys are also in another amazing band with Cody, who we talked about before, called No Mind. I spoke to you guys. I heard that there was a little bit of new music that might be coming up on the horizon. What's happening with that?
Rob.
We're very close to like being finished with our new album. Don't really have a title for it yet, but how many songs is it? Like 6 or 7?
I want to say it's 7. It's
Um,
great.
Yeah,
I'm proud of it.
I'm very proud
Very
of it too, and I can't wait to get out to the world. And it's gonna be there like sooner than you think.
Yeah, we're almost done. We're like
Yeah,
so
we're
close.
so close
It's
to being
so
done.
close.
To the point where we're actually playing again for the show coming up at La Boca in Middletown on Black Friday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not sure what the exact date is right now.
26 or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's Black Friday.
And
That's
we
where
got some awesome guests to play with us, and I don't know, I'm really stoked for that.
Are you guys looking at a 2021 release?
Yeah, early 2021
Yeah, 2022.
or 2022. Yeah,
I know. I don't remember
not
what year it is.
21.
Early 2022.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What year is it?
Still 99, man.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
man. Oh yeah. Prince rules apply here. That's the so what I mean, like what's you guys play all over. You're all over New England, you're all over Connecticut, you're down here, in actually we haven't had you down in Black Rock in a little while, have we? But New Haven and then up in Hartford. What's exciting you right now in Connecticut? What's the big new thing that you're listening to around here?
As far as like bands I'm digging into?
Bands, yeah. Could be singer-songwriters, could be whatever. But what's the new music you're digging into?
I mean, I like Streetlight Shaker's new song that came out, but I'm biased because I did all the organ tracks. That song is great, man. Jeff Baracco is a remarkable composer.
Isaac, you should have told me that, man. I would have put up some social media stuff like this.
Oh, well, we can do it after the fact.
I would have plugged you properly.
We can give him some virtual hugs. I also like gotta give Rory Quinn his record a shout out because I produced that record. But
sounds great.
Sounds really good. He did a remarkable job. He's out in Providence. But yeah, local guys. I mean, I always have been digging like what Nikita's doing. I'm like, every time I hear those guys, oh my goodness gracious, they're so good.
Yeah, dude.
I'm playing with them the day before Thanksgiving, right? Well, I'm not like they're playing with Slurp. I'm sitting in the Slurp, so they'll be there too. So that's gonna be pretty sweet.
Nikita's there?
Yeah, they're playing
that.
the show. I'm so excited to see them.
Oh,
they're awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely going to that.
Right on. Yeah, I don't know, Rob. Who else are you digging into?
Oh, dude, I'm really stoked for Eggy. They seem to be like they're crushing it now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I gotta give a shout out to my friends in Micro Cave too, because they're doing Philly after party for the Disco Biscuits.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, they seem, with the whole pandemic and stuff, they're out in New York, so it's kind of, what doing what they can do. But yeah, still for the opportunities you're doing, and Space Bacon too. We're out in Colorado now.
Yep.
So stoked about all those guys.
Oh, yeah, dude. We were talking about Chris before too. I got to get those guys on the show. Those guys have been killing it out here, dude. It's been have you heard of God, what's their name? Hold on. Similar Kind. There's an indie pop band. I've played them on the show a couple of times. If people have ever listened to the Sunday night show, they're a lot of fun. A band out of Norwalk, like an indie pop fun. They're really young compared to us anyway. But yeah, no, that's the move. And yeah, dude, I mean, like, what's coming up for you guys? I mean, you've got the album out now. What about, shows, late, winter schedule? What's coming up?
So next Friday, we're up in Massachusetts at the Aeronaut Cannery in Everett.
Yeah, Everett, Massachusetts is supposedly near Boston.
Yeah, it's north of the city. And then we have a couple shows that are in the works to close out the year that we're getting the final details on. And then we're focusing on next year. So right now, just we have a lot of irons in the fire. We're just getting things lined up so that way we can come out of the gate screaming for 2022. And we plan on releasing a bunch of singles too, because we have
we have so much music.
We've been acquiring this wonderful catalog over the past year, with the thanks of Cody.
Yeah.
Right. And so our plan is to, be always releasing something new every 6 to 8 weeks or so, even if it's just a tune. And then be on the road, hitting up a lot of festivals next year. We have a couple tours in the works, so it'll be cool. I'm excited. I'm excited just to play, man. It's so nice just to be able to play again.
It's so good to be back out again, dude. Oh my God. We got to get you guys out at Park City Music Hall down here in Bridgeport, man. That's gonna be
absolutely
the thing. That's gonna be.
I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm interviewing John next Thursday.
Nice.
And yeah, dude, we gotta absolutely get you guys in here. All right, before we go though, this is my favorite thing about you guys is how you name stuff. There's never every time I've spoken to you guys, for better or for worse, it's always been a great time whenever you guys discuss the naming process. So this EP that you have out right now, Birb Rib, which is streaming right now, by the way, we're gonna hear all 3 of these songs on Sunday night. But I thought maybe you guys would like to provide a little bit of context for the names of each. So Skeksis.
Well, we have to start with the album title, right?
No, you know what? You're right.
They're all like tied together, right?
You're right.
So like Rob Compa from Dopapod was on this record, and Dopapod, the name Dopapod is a palindrome. So we're thinking like, all right, just like, what kind of palindromes would be like cool, album names, and Birb Rib was one. But like we're just like, with meme culture, internet, like people like, I don't know where Birb came from.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, yeah, that's like my nickname to some people, and like Rib is like another nickname to some people. For me, it's whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Can't really, but I don't know. It's just a cool palindrome.
Yep, that's it. It is a palindrome.
All the song titles
are different birds from different mythological or fiction. So, what Skeksis is from?
It's a Jim Henson.
Yeah, what was that? The Last Crystal.
Yeah,
it's the evil like birds in the Last Crystal.
Dude, that is such a great deep cut 90s reference. I love that so much.
Right?
Late 80s, I think.
Well, they redid it. They also redid it on Netflix. It like in the midst of, super trippy. It's in the midst of the pandemic and the height of it. Yeah, man, you gotta go watch it. It's crazy. And then what was the next one? Alkanost, right? That's a Russian thing that we found. It's like I'm not even gonna try to preach like I know exactly the details, but it's like this big crazy mythological bird in Russian folklore. And then harpy is
that's a real bird.
A real bird.
Yeah, harpy eagle, and they just look.
They're badass.
Crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, aren't they also the Greek thing? Aren't they also?
Well, there's a Greek thing. Yeah.
They got the logical. I think I just remember that from like playing God of War in college, though. I don't know.
Yeah, the big claws and stuff. Oh yeah, man. Dude. Yes.
There's like a real academic reason that I know that bird. I was like, but I do remember I was looking, I was like, oh, I know that one. I didn't even know the other 2 were birds. That's fantastic. Oh, so it's all right. So a palindrome, Birb. God, yeah. Thank God for meme culture to make Birb Rib work as a palindrome. That's awesome. So all 3 of these songs, we're playing all 3 of these songs Sunday night at 9 p.m. on 95.9 The Fox. The new EP, Birb Rib, is out. It's streaming right now. Skeksis, Alkanost, and Harpy are the opening 3. And then we're going to be playing another hour of live and local music for the rest of the time. Go to 959thefox.com. If you don't live in Fairfield County, if you do, just go to 95.9 FM. And yeah, dude, the mad scientists of CT, PX3. Thank you, boys. This is always a good time.